Hey guys, it's me. I have a little ranting to do about driving. Those of you who know me know that I pet sit and house sit as a way of earning some income since with all my health issues I'm not able to work a regular job. And one of my regular clients lives in the next town over from me, and it's about a 20-minute drive from my house to their house. Now I got to pet sit for 3 hours and it was wonderful. The dog I got to look after is super sweet, really cuddly, basically a living teddy bear. And 3 hours with that dog was good therapy for me with all the emotional stress I've been under lately. So after I finished watching the dog, I got to drive home. And I was driving, minding my own business, listening to my driving playlist, which consists of Melanie Martinez, Adele, Baby Rexha, Taylor Swift, and whatever other particular songs just really stand out to me. And I also have a addiction to bubblegum. I find it really helps me stay calm under pressure, and it helps me to focus. So I'm driving, minding my own business, in a 60 mile per hour stretch of road, and I'm going 65. And I drive a small silver car that my parents bought. It's technically my dad's, but he lets me drive it everywhere. And so I'm driving this little bitty car that's not a whole lot bigger than a Fiat or a Geo Metro. And I'm minding my own business, having a relaxing drive home, popping my bubble gum, paying attention to what I'm doing and being aware of my surroundings. And out of the corner of my eye, I see that this really shiny red car that's a little bigger than the one I was driving goes from being behind me to right next to me. So we're neck and neck on the same stretch of road, going the exact same speed. And I noticed that this woman driver, who looked like she was in her mid-20s or something around that age, she was making a point of being neck and neck with me for over a minute. Now, I'm not one to really have road rage unless I see you driving like you're drunk or stoned or just really stupid or reckless. So I wasn't in a bad mood and I noticed her right next to me. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to look at her. I'm not going to acknowledge her. I'm going to focus on what I'm doing. And if she stays there for over a minute, then I'll glance at her to acknowledge her existence and see what she does afterwards. So a full minute passes by. I'm popping my gum, not paying any real attention to her, but I know she's there. And so I look at her and I do this. And I keep driving. And when I was glancing at her, she was like, and I'm just like, well, I wonder what fire you're rushing to put out, and why you would take the time and the effort to stay neck and neck with me if you were in such a hurry to get somewhere. And there were no other cars directly in front of her either, so she had plenty of time and space to just go ahead and pass me and get in front of me if she wanted to. But no, she made a point of staying neck and neck with me for over a minute. The funny part is, after I acknowledged her, then she speeds up, gets in front of me, but then she goes the exact same speed that I was going when she passed me. And I'm like, really? Really? This is how you choose to drive at night? Don't you care about your life and your car? And the funny thing was, she got stuck at all the same traffic lights that I did, with me right behind her. I don't know if she was looking at me through her rearview mirror or not, but I was looking at her and just going, guess it was just so immature of her, the way she drove. And after a few traffic lights, she went from being in front of me to being ahead of me in the next lane, and then she made a turn away. So I kept going straight on my way home, and I just found that really, really immature of her to drive that way. I guess the point of this rant is to remind all you guys to don't drive like a jerk. Don't drive like you're an angsty teenager who's got emotional issues and you take it out on other drivers. Don't text and drive. Don't Snapchat and drive. Don't check your Facebook and drive. Don't purposely drive the exact same speed as someone in the other lane and wait until they acknowledge you before you speed up and then finally get ahead of them. Just focus on driving safely and respectfully, but stay aware of the other drivers around you. There are enough stories in the news of traffic accidents occurring because of stupid drivers. So, be smart. If you absolutely have to send a text message while you're driving, pull over to send your text, and then when traffic is clear, get back on the road and continue driving. Or use voice to text, where you speak and the phone turns your words into a text message. But even then, you should only really do that if you are in a safe space to do that. Just don't drive like a jerk and don't drive like an idiot. Be safe, respectful, and aware. And then that way, you'll be less likely to get in an accident. Okay, rant over. Have a good night, guys.